32. This photo, as I like to call myself. All my records will be using restrooms first. Currently turn on about 33 minutes at 7:15. See you later. For the rest of the
now, I'll tell you when to put them on. We'll be passing by active filming later on in the tour, so when we do that, I'll put this on screen. Feel free to talk about yourselves, take pictures, you never know who or what you may see. And let me throw it over to our co-host, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Eric.
And the greatest driver.
Joel.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Eric.
Both be $5.
What?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Yes, just a few rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance, if you have a medical emergency, if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or if you have any major sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red emergency cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to help as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the whole tour, please remain seated. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or you need to use the restroom, pull the red cord and I'll be back to help. There is no smoking or vaping of any kind during the tour, and be prepared. Our tour today features loud noises, fire effects, and many, I repeat, many water effects, so you may get wet. There will also be sudden tram movements, so secure loose items and hold on. Finally, for your safety, for those around you and yourself, please do not use selfie sticks while on board the tram. As we head away from the theme park, head towards the Universal lot. On your left, you may be able to see all this construction for Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. This is Universal Studios' very first outdoor thrill roller coaster. It's going to go up and down the hill. The cars are going to spin to create a drifting effect. The cars are going to go upside down. You can see the track. And listen up, the top speed is going to be 72 miles per hour. It's going to be the fastest roller coaster Universal has ever created here in the United States. Follow our website and social media for more updates on Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift opening up next year, 2026. A big day in Universal Studios history is March 15th, 1915. That is when our founder, there he is on screen, that is German immigrant Carl Laemmle. That is the day Carl founded Universal City, the city on which all of this sits on. And just like any city around the country, Universal City has its own zip code, its own sheriff station. We have 3 Starbucks here at Universal, though we're an official city. And on your right, as we go down the hill, you'll see our very own fire station. This is Fire Station 51. It gets its name from the fire station from the 70s TV show Emergency! But Carl Laemmle called Universal City the strangest city in the world. Why? It's not because we don't have a Costco. No, it's because our sole purpose is just to make movies. And the Universal lot, which we're visiting today, is divided into 2 sections. The first section is the front lot, and the second section, if you can guess it, is called the back lot. We'll be visiting the front lot first. It's made up of offices, production facilities, and massive warehouse-like buildings called sound stages. There's 36 sound stages here at Universal. They provide a very controlled environment for filmmaking. Around 90% of all filming that you watch for productions that you watch in the theaters or at home are filmed inside the sound stages, mainly interior scenes. On your left, you'll see the largest sound stage at Universal, Soundstage 12, 30,000 square feet. 2 things that I'm a massive fan of have used Soundstage 12. Back to the Future filmed many interior scenes in Soundstage 12, including Doc Brown's laboratory, George McFly's home, and Taylor Swift filmed her music video for Me off the Lumber album in Soundstage 12. But here's a few more productions that have used Soundstage 12 over the years. As we enter the front lot, on your left, you'll see more of our sound stages. On screen, you can see what the inside of an empty sound stage looks like. But right now, the doors are open to sound stages 9 and 10. Look inside. Sound stage 10 looks like there's some holding, You can see some pieces in there for co-production happening here at Universal. The lines are walled with Insulquilt. It has the density of 4 mattresses. Insulquilt helps sound stages, like the ones you see on your left, become very soundproof. They're around 98% soundproof once all the doors are closed. Sound stages 7 and 8 currently being used for Bel Air. It's Bel Air from the 90s. It stars Jabari Banks and Ali Charlatan. The doors are open. You can see inside when we pass by. The soundproofing here is very important because you have the sound stages on your left, and then on your right, if you wrote Mario Kart, on your right are not sound stages. This is the ride building, the Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This is how close the theme park and the movie studio are to each other. As we turn the corner, on your left, you'll see Bel Air's base camp. But look, the costume trailer, they're loading up racks of costumes. The base camp here is like a headquarters. This is where the actors and the crew, they hang out between filming. Once they're called to set, they walk over to the sound stages, or they're transported to different parts of the backlot. Soundstage 14 on your left, used for many movies. It was used for Apollo 13, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, Jurassic Park films and scenes. Soundstage 14 on your left. But more recently, our Emmy Award-winning series Hacks filmed parts of season 2 in here. And currently, the Bel Air Academy, the interior sets for the Bel Air Academy are housed inside the Soundstage 14 for Bel Air. Again, you can catch that on Peacock. But here's a few more examples of NBC TV over the years. Some of the shows you see on your screens were filmed in the sound stages we're gonna see on our right. More recently, soundstage 16 and 17 used for the Universal production Loot on Apple TV. It stars Maya Rudolph and MJ Rodriguez. 16 and 17 also used for Based on a True Story. And Never Have I Ever filmed all their seasons, 16 and 17. Some other shows that filmed on your right include The Jeffersons Coach, One Day at a Time, the classic 90s sitcom Martin that starred Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, and you'll see soundstages 18 and 19 on your right. Recently used for a new show from the creators of The Office. This new show is called The Paper. It is not a reboot of The Office, it's not a sequel, it's a new documentary by the same documentary crew that followed Dunder Mifflin. They have now moved to Toledo, Ohio. They're following a failing newspaper, and it's gonna be really funny. It's gonna star Domhnall Gleeson. He was in About Time, and he played General Hux in the Star Wars movies. But Office fans, Oscar Nunez, who played Oscar in the original series, is going to reprise his role as Oscar in The Paper, debuting September this year on Peacock. On your left, you'll see our production bungalows, and here to tell you more is the cast of How to Train Your Dragon.
Hey there, Studio Tour. I'm Jared Butler.
I'm Mason Thames.
And I'm Nico Parker.
You know, these bungalows to your left are actually production offices.
Home to some of Hollywood's biggest filmmakers, including Mark Platt, one of the producers of our new live-action movie, How to Train Your Dragon.
Everyone wave. You might be there right now.
And if you haven't already, be sure to meet the iconic and beloved Toothless over in the closet.
And see our movie only in theaters now.
But in the meantime, here's a sneak peek.
Some other people that have bungalows here include Malcolm D. Lee. He directed Girl Strip, Space Jam, A New Legacy. His production company, Blackmail Productions, is here. Amy Pascal and Pascal Pictures, they're behind the Spider-Man movies. And on your left, you'll see Bungalow 5162, that's Mark Platt Productions. They mentioned him in the video. And look, there's the logo for the Broadway musical Wicked, Defying Gravity. Mark Platt brought Wicked to the big screen. Wicked Part 1 came out last November, was a massive hit, but don't worry. We're still holding space for Wicked because Wicked Part 2 for good coming out later this year, November 21st. Some of our newer sound stages on your left, including Soundstage 26, which is currently home to the second season of St. Denis Medical.
St. Denis! Oh, I love a good buzzword. Coachella type vibe. St. Denis Regional Medical! St. Denis Regional Medical!
That woman is a lot.
She's just quirky.
And they filmed all this that you see on your screens in Soundstage 26 on your left.
The rhythm is gonna get you, and it got me.
St. Denis Medical, all episodes streaming now. Watch NBC on Peacock.
St. Denis Medical stars Whitney McClendon Covey of the Goldbergs and David Allen Greer from In Living Color and Jumanji. But we have crossed the imaginary border from the front lot to the back lot. Welcome everyone to the Universal back lot. On your left is the Metropolitan sets, the largest exterior sets here at Universal Studios, around 4 acres large. Can stand in for any city, big or small, depending on the production. It was big cities like London for Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, Chicago for the Blues Brothers, Minneapolis for Jingle All the Way, Baltimore for Hairspray Live, and New York for many productions. How I Met Your Mother, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, many Marvel movies use the Metro sets as New York. Captain America, the First Avenger, Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 starred Andrew Garfield. But the Metro sets have played small cities like Macomb, Alabama for To Kill a Mockingbird, Kingston Falls for Gremlins, and the most famous use of the Metro sets, in my opinion, is Courthouse Square. It was used as downtown Hill Valley for the Back to the Future movies. We're entering the Metropolitan sets. They're currently prepping for Bel Air. When we enter, on your right, you'll see a theater that they're doing lots of work on. This theater that they're working on with the green marquee was used in the music video for Taylor Swift's Wildest Dreams. Some other music videos that have filmed on the Metro sets include music videos for Pink, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears. If you're a K-pop fan, Jisoo of Blackpink filmed a music video for Flower. Jungkook of BTS filmed his music video for Seven, and TXT was chasing that feeling on the Metropolitan sets. On your left is London Square, recently used for A Man on the Inside. And once we turn onto New York Street, on your right, you're gonna see even more of the production setup that they're doing for Bel Air on your right. But welcome everyone, we're now in New York Street, the longest exterior set here at Universal. To tell you more is our co-host, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
The Metropolitan sets and New York Street, also used for American Ninja Warrior. They built the whole obstacle course, the entire length in New York Street. Here's more of the Metro sets on screen. To whatever shop they want, to a clothing shop, a flower shop, whatever they want. But we're gonna leave the concrete jungle behind and we're gonna head to the real jungle. Get ready, we're going to Skull Island.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old. I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up into nature. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times.
I also love this point of the tour because I got to say hi to the rest of the tram. Hi, cars 2, 3, and 4. You better finish that drink. Skull Island will get bumpy very soon. Hi, everybody. Yes, there's a real person in the front. AI cannot create someone this unhinged. As we head to Skull Island, I'd like to remind everyone to please remain seated. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Secure your loose items, especially if you're on the outside of the tram. Hold on to your phone tight. If you drop anything inside of Skull Island, I cannot get out to retrieve it for you. Hold on to your things. Hold on to the handles. Please no flash photography, and welcome to Skull Island. been spit on by a dinosaur. Good news, just rub it in. It's a Hollywood secret. Dinosaur spit. It's the fountain of youth. I go through this thing at least 4 times a day. I'm 84. You can take off your 3D glasses and just hold on to them. You don't need them for the rest of the tour. You can deposit them in bins once you exit the tram, head back to the theme park. Leave them off. They make for terrible sunglasses. What you just experienced was projected on some of the world's largest 3D projection screens. Those screens stand at 40 feet tall and are 180 feet wide. Peter Jackson collaborated with a visual effects company called What Effects to bring this all to life. You've seen What Effects' work in many movies and TV shows. They brought the clickers to life on HBO's The Last of Us. They recently did visual effects for the new Superman movie for Warner Brothers. They've done visual effects for the Lord of the Rings trilogy, many Marvel movies, and they won many Oscars. They won the most recent Oscar for visual effects for working on Avatar, The Way of Water.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where people are looking. They're looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. This tram is driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience is a hell of a ride.
And we have returned to the Universal backlot. And if you're a fan of our monsters, our Universal monsters, you're going to see a massive mural on this building on your right, dedicated to the Universal monsters.
Thou shalt rise again.
This mural was painted by one street artist. His name is Tristan Eaton. You can see him working on your screens. He did this whole thing by himself with thousands of cans of spray paint, and he did it all freehand. It features the Wolfman, the Gillman from The Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's monster, his bride, Dracula, and to the left of Dracula is the Invisible Man. But if you're a fan of The Voice, look over to your left. Lots of production happening. Sound stages 30 and 31 where they filmed The Voice. Can't mistake the iconic V for the Voice logo underneath Soundstage 30. The winner from last season was from Team Bublé, and if you want to be in the audience for The Voice, you can do it. Just sign up. Find a date that works for you on oneiota.com. Again, oneiota.com. It is free. Sometimes audience work is also paid. And on oneiota.com, you can also sign up to be the live studio audience for Happy's Place. It stars one of the coaches of The Voice, Reba McEntire. If anyone in Hollywood asks you for money to be in the studio audience, that is a scam. Don't fall for it. Audience work is free or it's paid. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It is Mega Movie Summer, everyone. To those who celebrate, congratulations. We are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Jaws. So let's head to Amity Island. I know they recently had a shark problem, so let's check in with Chief Brody and Captain Quint.
Hi folks, Chief Brody here. You may have heard we have a shark problem, so I'm afraid the beaches are closed.
Yeah, you got a real bad fish out there, Chief. I'm here to offer my services.
Thanks, Mr. Quint, but we do already have a plan.
You can hire me and be open this summer, or you can play it cheap.
Well, we do have Officer George patrolling the waters already.
Georgie? Diving? Sounds like amateur hour to me. Good luck with that one, Chief.
Well, I just got word that Officer George just caught the shark. There it is on your right. Thank you, Officer George. But Officer George, such a nice guy. He's scuba diving in the water next to that police boat, just in case there's another shark. You hear that music? Oh no, on your right, there's another shark. It's going straight for George. Let's warn George. On the count of 3, shout George. 1, 2, 3, George! George, get back in the boat! The shark, it's coming at you! Oh, no, George. And it was 2 days from retirement. Oh my goodness, don't worry kids. That's not blood. That's Fanta. George likes to pack Fanta on his dive. She's fine, don't worry about him. We need to worry about you. Amazing thinking, Joel. The title guest behind the best shark repellent, massive barrels of gasoline. Folks, please remain seated. There's Jaws. Jaws 2. Jaws 3D. And the last one was Jaws the Revenge. Jaws the Revenge starred Michael Caine. You just survived an encounter with Jaws, the great white shark. Well, his name isn't Jaws, it's Bruce. Steven Spielberg named the shark's onset of Jaws Bruce.
1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal that were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way.
And we are now in Mexico. Well, Old Mexico on the Universal backlot, home to our weather demonstration. You've seen Old Mexico in movies and TV shows like Nacho Libre and Westworld, and music videos, like for the one for Janet Jackson's Escapade. Once we get to position, we'll get the weather demonstration started on your left. The lightning is created by strobe lights. The thunder you hear coming from speakers close by, we call that live playback on set. Sound effects production. But what is lightning and thunder without rain? At Universal Studios Hollywood, we use only the most advanced, most expensive rainmaking technology available in the business. We call them sprinklers. Very high-tech, these sprinklers. Instead of on the ground, we put them up high, on top of buildings, along the trees, on top of telephone poles. Shoot the water out, gravity brings it back down. But again, very expensive technology, so only look to your left for the rain. Don't look at your right. No, don't you dare. It's bone dry over there. Not on the budget. Keep looking on your left for the rain. Oh no. Too much rain. It's a flash flood. Take cover. Remain seated. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was close. I am so sorry. Forgot to warn you, if you're sitting in a blue seat, you might get wet. Major look. Here's the flash flood as seen in earlier. Lady Gaga used the flash flood for her music video for Judas. Look it up. Lady Gaga stood in that flash flood in 8-inch heels, which is impressive, because I can only do it in 6. We have said adios to Old Mexico. We're about to say howdy to the Old West. Welcome to 6 Points, some of the most historic, still standing sets here at Universal. 6 Points got its name because it was originally 6 different streets, each with its own bank, hotel, and saloon. Why were they identical? Why were they so close together? Well, Carl Laemmle Universal, they wanted to shoot 6 different westerns at the same time, and they could. It was a silent film era. They didn't have to worry about sound. They cranked out over 200 westerns that first year 6 Points was open. Well, folks, we are at the halfway mark of the world-famous studio tour. I want to remind you, the studio is private property, so if you drop your phone or you need to use the restroom because that butterbeer is starting to hit, pull the red cord to get my attention, and I'll be back to help. But please remain seated. Some more modern movies that have used 6 Points over the years include Steven Spielberg's adaptation of Alice Walker's The Color Purple. This is where Seeley's shop was. It was a town in the Australian outback for all the flashback sequences, for Disney's Saving Mr. Banks, for TPL Traveler's Childhood, and Quentin Tarantino fans. Quentin Tarantino shot around 1/3 of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 6 Points as the set of the TV show Lancer. That's 40 minutes of movie shot right here on the Universal backlot. But here's a real Western shootout that was shot at 6 Points.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us.
We got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
I want to see you mount up and get out of town while the kids are good.
All right. I'll see you again, fella.
Oh, you can count on me, fella. Yeah.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to top down, that's all.
Okay, folks. Well, depending on where you are, on my left or some of your rights is the Hollywood Ocean. Behind all these trees is a big open body of water, which was once the Amazon River with a creature from the Black Lagoon. But you can tell that this is not the Amazon because through the trees behind the creature you can see the Hollywood Hills you've been staring at all day. The creature, again, is part of Universal's monster lineup, and we owe everything to our monsters. They saved the studio during the Great Depression once our westerns fell out of fashion and go into Soundstage 50. The production that's been filming in here, I think they're done for the day, so they let trams roll through Soundstage 50. It's a very special soundstage. We get to show you a real working Hollywood soundstage. If you've taken the tour before, you know this never happens. I'm so excited for all of you. Please remain seated. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. Hold on to all your belongings. We don't want to leave any presents for the crew when they return to work tomorrow. This is a very unique soundstage. It's home to a permanent subway set. It can be dressed up to look like different transit stations around the world. New York, London, Paris. Currently it's dressed up as a subway station in San Francisco. Don't worry, I'm from California. This is nothing. It's a tremor. Oh no. I don't think this is a tremor. This might be the big one on your left. Look collapse. Marjorie, look out for that truck. What you just experienced was a simulated 8.3 on the Richter scale. But if you are from California, whatever, that was Tuesday. You've seen Earthquake in many movies and TV shows. It was used in the TV show Bones, starring David Boreanaz, and it was seen as a fake theme park attraction in the action comedy Beverly Hills Cop 3 that starred Eddie Murphy. Earthquake is special because it makes use of As we enter the more residential area of the backlot, on your left, you'll see Elm Street, used for movies like Hancock, Ang Lee's Home, TV shows like Never Have I Ever, but this house at the very end on your left with the green roof, that was Boo Radley's house in the classic movie To Kill a Mockingbird. Yes, Boo Radley played by a very, very, very young Robert Duvall. As we go up the hill on your right, you'll see the Chicken Ranch, first built and used Ford, the best little whorehouse in Texas that starred Dolly Parton. Now, the Chicken Ranch is what I described earlier. It is a practical set. They can film on the inside and outside like it's a real house. But its neighbor, as you go up the hill, on your right, you'll see this yellow house is just a wall. This is a great example of a facade. You only have to build what the camera sees. But kids, it's a moment you've all been waiting for. On your left, this greenhouse on your left is Matlock's house. Andy Griffith fans, where are you at? Here's more of the, yeah, there you go. Me and Auntie and Carwan. Hey, here's more of the Chicken Ranch on screen. Oh, actually, we're entering the quiet zone already, so I'm gonna hop off the mic and camera. But feel free to take pictures of filming right up the road. Ooh, that liqueur looks good. PHE.com or go inside any of our retail stores. We're nearing the end of the tour. Heading back to the theme park. Please give a big round of applause to our driver, Joel. Woo! Yes! Thank you again for getting us around safely. One last time, I was your tour guide, Eric, and as a thank you for coming aboard, here's a tip. Download the Universal Studios Hollywood app for everything you need to know for the rest of your day here, like closing times, wait times, and show times for Waterworld Alive SeaWorld Spectacular. Don't miss Waterworld. If you haven't seen it, it's an amazing stunt show, hot explosions, and even hotter cast on jet skis. What more do you want, folks? The next show is in 15 minutes at 5:45. The last show is at 7:15. As we head back to the theme park, please remain seated until we come to a complete stop. And they open the gates on our left to let you out. Deposit your 3D glasses in the blue bins. Stay hydrated, folks. Still pretty warm. You can refill your water bottles with many water bottle refills. And if you like cold water, the Coke Freestyle machines at many of our dining locations dispense complimentary cold water and ice. You don't need a special cup if you need ice and cold water. Yes, I'm giving you all the hacks. Cold water and ice. And if you mobile order your food and you're an annual pass holder, you can scan your annual pass for the discount.